all silent, it's because I can't think of anything to say. Also, I'm not going into any great lengths here to reduce any type of background noise or anything like that. So if you hear any of that, I apologize. Yeah, so anyway, started P11, I think. P11 with a 125.4 qualifying lap, which I still haven't figured out how I pulled that off. But anyway, starting back in here 11th. There's another guy in an Atenza right there. Let's see that black Atenza. Let's see his car. A couple of Renaults behind me. It's a good start. I had a really good start. I was very happy with the way it started. This guy, I don't even know what he was doing, and I just ran right into him. There was nothing I could do. I saw him, and there was just no way I could hit him. And I was waiting for the penalty. I'm happy about that. You're going to see a lot of that guy, Leo, that Brazilian on the Atenza. You'll see quite a bit of him. So you can see there, I think this is still the first lap. We've already moved up 2 positions, or 2 positions. So yeah, the first lap was, you know how it is, it's chaotic, everybody's all over the place. I'm getting better about, that guy looks like he lost connection. I'm getting better about not being so passive on the first lap as to not get involved in anything, because I found that when I do that I get pushed, I feel like I get bullied around a little bit. So instead I just try to be more assertive. It's more like, I'm going to race on this line, and if you kind of get around me or in my way, then that's your problem. And it seems to work out pretty well. I remember before I qualify out, look at he went wide there at the Renault, and then I would qualify relatively well, but as soon as the race would start, everything would just go to shit. I'd see it, and I spent quite a bit of, there's quite a few times in this race where I drove off the track just like that, and I still managed to, I don't know if it's Laguna or that guy right there in the Mitsubishi, in that Evo, he gets bitched out at the end of the round, at the end of the race. But look at this guy in the Atenza by a few people. I don't know what he did to him. I thought he was pretty clean. I let him go by me, but he was calling some serious balls. And I don't think I ever saw him the rest of the race after I let him go by right there. I don't know what they were yelling at him about. It's not like he finished in first or something. So I don't know. He must have irritated somebody. This is 13 laps at Laguna. They require you to run 2 sets of tires. You can either start on the hards and switch to the mediums, or you can start on the mediums and switch to the hards. It's however you want to do it. They are required to change tires. When I first ran this race, what is today? Saturday? I ran it earlier in the week. And I totally either spaced it out or talked myself out of it somehow, and I started on mediums, and for some reason I went into the pit and I just put another set of mediums on. So I raced my whole race, and then they penalize you for it at the end of the race, so I went down like 5 positions. So on this one I made sure to switch over to so I started on the mediums and then I switch over to the hards, which I really like, because mediums, they get warmer faster, but of course they also wear out faster. So I feel like I can get kind of jump out there on the mediums, and then that's where I started cutting that corner, right? Watch this, I'm gonna get dinged. That corkscrew corner right there, I kept like going across all. No, they didn't get me that time. I think it's the next time. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the tires. Yeah, I feel like I can get more of a jump on the mediums, and then come in and put the hards on there, and then that way, once the hards it's just real good. Also, big serious ones. You gotta kind of watch your tires. This car chews up tires, in my opinion. The way I can chews up tires. So it's by the time you get to the end of the 6th lap or so, it's time to switch out tires. So you're switching out about halfway. Here I cut the second part of the corkscrew. All 4 tires are on the other side of the white line. Not here, but right here. Yeah, that's a penalty. All 4 tires on the inside of the white line. That's a penalty. And I think I did it like twice. And then on the 3rd time by, I made it like a huge, exaggerated kind of to keep it from happening again. Slid around that corner like crazy. Gave the Brazilian my position. And that's okay. So one thing about Gran Turismo that I've enjoyed lately, I'm not quite sure exactly when they fixed it. It's been, at least in my opinion, Noel, are you gonna drive on the racetrack, bro? It's been a while now that it's been like this, but it used to be for a long time that, like, I have a DR rating, which tells you is how fast you go, like if you're a fast driver, and that rating goes all the way up to A, and then on the other side of that is S, which I think stands for super or something. But what would happen was you qualify, so you go out and you qualify and you run whatever time it is that you run as fast as you can do in your car, or the car that you pick, and you're like, okay, get into a lobby and see, like, see, I just did it again right there, and see, like, how is it going to work out, you know, how's it going to shake out. So you go into a lobby, you know, and let's just say, that should put you in the middle of the pack or the middle of the field, and you go in there and the guy is going like so it's like, what? How is the guy in front of me 20 seconds? How is the guy first 20 seconds faster than I am? So there's this huge disparity, not only between the driver ratings as far as how quick each car, you know, each driver tended to be, but also in the sportsmanship rating, which is the SR rating. Sportsmanship rating is kind of rating on how courteous you are to other drivers. Racing is a non-contact sport, so whether or not you're just dive bombing people, you're smashing into people on purpose, you're out there cutting people off, weaving back and forth, trying to keep people from passing you. All the stupid shit that that makes you look bad and doesn't. It's just not the way to race. So you would end up with lobbies full of S-rated, sportsmanship-rated players like I am, and you'd end up in lobbies with like D and E-rated drivers who are like the ones that just drive like crazy people and they think it's a wreckfest, not Gran Turismo. So within the last, at least I'd say the last year, because it happened all during 2020, that doesn't happen. Like, I started this lobby and everybody in this lobby has a D rating and everybody in this lobby has an S or an A. I like that shot right there. That looks cool. And then they come over the wall. So it's nice. They've got that straightened out. So now I'm in here racing against other D-level drivers, so I don't feel like I'm gonna win necessarily. Like I'm not like, oh my god, I'm gonna get first place. But I am very competitive in my bracket or whatever you want to call it. I feel like I'm competitive, and that's all I ask for in the game. I don't want to be number one. I don't have to be the fastest guy in the fucking planet. I just want to be able to compete. I just want to be able to race and have a chance of bettering my position and, you know, having a good race. That's all I care about. So we come out of the pits on the hards. I like these tires better actually than the mediums on this car. I don't know why. I just do. I feel like they are better tires. Like I can go faster on these tires. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but if you think from a grip standpoint, that doesn't make sense. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just a feel thing or what it is, but I do like those tires better. There's Leo, the Brazilian. You can see we went into the pits together, and he comes out. He's right there behind me. We spend a lot of time around each other in this race. I gave him a good race at the end. He was one of the guys that yelled at the dude in the Evo, and I don't know why, because I've never, like I said, you haven't seen that guy, right? That guy in the GTR right there, or whatever that car's called, it's a McLaren. He gave me that corner because he knew I was just coming in there hot. But see, this is what I mean. You've got 8th, 9th, and 10th all right there with each other. You know, before it was like the races were so spread out, like you would never see like the car that it was terrible. It was terrible. Now you feel like at least you got a fighting chance to race. You know what I mean? There's Snoopy the good boy in up there in PA. He did some sort of funky, like can't remember what happened. If you go back and watch the replay closer, you can see that he went into the pits. I'm almost sorry, I went off the track again right there. He went into the pits a full lap later than I did, but for some strange reason, I don't know. For some reason, he's in P7 and I'm in P8. I don't remember, but something wonky happened right there, and I don't quite understand what. It's a racing thing that I don't get about pit stops or something. At this stage in the race, I've gotten better at focusing, like being able to focus for longer. But there's still times, like especially when you see me go off the track, where I'm like, I'm either thinking about some other shit that has nothing to do with racing, or I'm like looking in my rear view mirror for like a hell of a long time, and I'm like, oh shit, like right here. This is one of those times where I just I was so late on the brakes that there was just no way around it. And that's terrible. Look at that, I gave up 2 positions. It's hard to make up ground at Laguna. You almost need other people to like kind of mess up in order to make up, places or positions at Laguna. I do love this track though. I used to race it all the time in whatever Gran Turismo that was on the PS2. Yeah, it had to have been the 2 because you had the memory, still had the memory card thing that you had to stick in there, and then you could store your cars on there, your garage, and you could take that over to your buddy's house and plug it into his PlayStation. And from there you could race your cars. And then this was my favorite racetrack. I used to dominate this. I still enjoy it a lot. They call it a driver's track. I don't know what that means, but I just think it's hella fun. Woo! Look at that. Look at Leo. He's like, oh yeah, he smells blood in the water. He's like, Noel's getting loose there. Look at these two Atenzas. I tried to not give it to him. I wanted him to outrace me for it. He's starting to try to race me now. This is when, this is my favorite part of the race. Like, I don't know what lap this is. I would guess it's probably 8 or 9. Like right around in here, because this is when the race really gets going. It's not really Gran Turismo. Polyphony, if you're listening, please fix the livery problem. I have a livery for this car that I cannot put on the car. It is the only car and the only livery that it happens with. But I need my livery. This ain't it. I'd be finishing first if I had my livery. Right now. Makes the car 10 miles an hour faster. Wheels all over the place back there. All the way back up into 8th now. So pretty good, not too bad. Considering we started 11th. Hold on a second, I got a cough. Considering we started 11th, and I remember thinking this at one point when I was driving too. I was like, you know, you've already picked up so many positions. If you, and then I go way off the track. If you don't push too hard and you kind of just maintain your pace, you'll probably keep this position and you'll win, you know, or not win, but you'll finish, you know, 2 places better than where you started. Whereas a lot of the times I get into this type of situation, I don't know how I didn't get a penalty right there. Or do they hit me with one? It'll come right here by this Marshall stand. Nope. I don't know how I didn't get one right there. But my tendency normally is to kind of just really start driving hard, and then that's when I start making mistakes. I start braking too late. See this kind of shit. Start braking too late because you're trying. Look at they're waving they waving that blue flag at me. I'll tell you that. Maybe the guy in front of me, but it ain't me. I'm on the lead lap and I'm in 8th, so I don't You can see this is where I started to do that again. You know, just overdoing it. Just trying to drive the car too hard. Lose control of it. And here we are, back in 9th or back in 10th? Back in 9th. And I got Leo out in front of me. Start putting some laps in. Still the blue flag. He's not waving at me, he's waving it at Leo. Finally started taking a solid line through that. It's so easy to get all wiggly up there. Still gonna run the picture-in-picture when I put this video together. I just wanted to try to run some commentary over the top of it, just to see if it's, I don't know, any more entertaining to watch, or if I can learn more by actually making the video and watching it, which is really the reason why I do it. I know nobody that really watches my channel wants to watch Gran Turismo. So. See, that guy in 14th right there is who they're waving that blue flag at. It's not me and the Brazilian. It's homie up there. And what is that, a Renault? I wish we could play with the Europeans, because I like when I watch them on YouTube and stuff. They like the way that they commentate their races and stuff is really cool, because instead of just having a whole bunch of Americans, see, oh shit, dude, you see that? Instead of just having a whole bunch of Americans and Brazilians, they have so many different flags, like in their thing on the left, when they're racing. There's people from Great Britain, there's people from Ireland, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, Italy. They're from all over the place there, and just it really is kind of cool, because when they're commentating, see, look at that, that's a 7th place finish from P11 to P7. It all worked out. Thanks for watching.